Yeah, I mean, for me, it was Twitter, and the reason is, and that's one of these kind of visibility networky sort of tools. I'm an incredibly disorganized person, so no end of kind of productivity tools will help me. But what I enjoyed about Twitter was there was a time when I was perhaps the only person doing the kind of research that I was doing in my institution. So I felt like within my institution there wasn't really a natural network of people. And I went onto Twitter and found those people that were interested in the same things, and slowly
How did you
became
find them, David? A lot
well.
of people ask me this.
I think the way that I started was that I'd follow people that I met face to face at conferences, and I think that that's a really effective way of doing it, because you don't need that. You only need a cluster of about 10 people, and then you follow the people, and so it branches out. So there's a genuine network effect there. And I found that tied me in with people that were interested in similar things to me. So to begin with, this wasn't particularly organised. I didn't plan anything. I was just having chats that kind of entertained me about stuff that I was interested in. And over time, that sort of network grew and led to, funded projects and led to particular lines of inquiry. But at its heart, the reason that it worked for me is because it connected me to people I otherwise wouldn't have been connected to in an extremely efficient manner. So
Yeah.
you can keep that ticking over during the day, much better than email, and as you were mentioning, certainly much more efficient than going to face-to-face conferences.
Okay,
Um,
so sorry to interrupt
yeah,
you
yeah,
there,
no, that's fine.
David. So which client do you use to look at Twitter on your phone?
I use Twitter. In a
You
radical
actually use
departure
Twitter.
from trendiness, yes. What I've found over the years actually is that the kind of originator of the software, their clients have got better. And I try not to do, I mean, coming back to what Andrew was saying, I try not to do anything too clever with the way that I manage my engagement with Twitter, which sort of helps keep it at minimum. So I'm not timing tweets or, net making lists or anything like that. I pretty much just accept that there's this massive flow of information, and if I'm interested, I'll go on and have a look and engage if there's something interesting there.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm the opposite kind of Twitter user myself.
right.
I have TweetDeck, I schedule, I use Buffer. So I'm kind of, we're at the opposite ends of the
I
spectrum, which
think
just
you're
goes to
like a
show.
professional social media user, which would explain why so many people follow your blog, if you see what I mean. But for me, I went through a period of doing that, and it made me feel sad because it
Yeah,
felt like
okay.
it had kind of taken the joy out of it for me. So I
Yeah,
backed off from that, stopped trying to chase down numbers and trying to organize things and trying to be strategic, and just thought, I'm just going to sort of be me, floating around in here, talking about things that I'm interested in. And I think that's, it's worth saying that you don't, depending on the kind of person you are and what you're trying to achieve, don't professionalize your engagement to the point at which you stop enjoying it, would be my advice in that sense. But Twitter certainly was
absolutely.
a
Yeah.
core thing for me.
Yeah, I'd agree. I actually just love twiddling the knobs and turning the dials, and so that for me is
You're just a
enjoyment.
geek,
So
essentially. You're just
I
geeking
am,
out there.
yeah,
Yeah,
I,
yeah. So
I
that's
am just a geek.
that's a whole
I'm out.
different area. Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
just briefly say something about Twitter?
Yeah, sure.
How Twitter really, I mean, Twitter did lots of great things. I agree with a lot of what David said about the fun aspect, and that it should be an enjoyable, because it's a learning tool as well as a communication tool. But one of the great things I found with Twitter was that because I was able to kind of snoop and follow all the trends, I spotted kind of MOOCs sort of like about 3 years ago, and was able to kind of take this idea to my director of teaching, and we ran our own MOOCs at the University of Sheffield, sort of like 2 years ago, and that's thanks to Twitter. And I've been rewarded at university level, becoming a Senate teaching member because of that. So proof in the pudding that social media can enhance your academic profile.